This video was brought to you by ABRP Planner, Kempower, Markus Bil, Stormberg and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? We are now sitting in a Citroen e-C4X, and in this video I'm gonna turn on the lights. Wait, let me see if that's okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. You can see some of the interior at night. Wait, maybe I can turn on this one also to give a little bit more extra there. Yeah. So yeah, this will be the summary where I talk about the car in general, what I found so far, and also try to test some of the driving capabilities maybe. Wait, let me see. Set cruise control. So yeah, it's similar to the Citroen e-C4, but this is the new X. You can see that it has a little bit longer back. It's like a sedan type, but you actually get then the smaller hatch opening versus a big back door. So that could be a disadvantage depending on what stuff you load in there. Now I did manage to put Cybex baby stroller in the back of this one, no problem, and it still had some space for I think I even put some banana boxes in there. I was picking up more banana boxes, yeah, and then it could seem like this sedan shape is more efficient, but I'm not sure if it's because of the sedan shape or because we now have a new drivetrain, so it has a bigger battery and also a different motor, a more powerful motor. And then I'm not sure, some people claim it's less efficient, or is it more efficient? Okay. But yeah, it's a nice upgrade at least, and it's also charging faster than before. It can then maintain 100 kilowatt for, well, a while, but then actually the old one had also a pretty nice charging curve, but it was a smaller battery. So at least it was something weird, man. I tested so many e-C4 or some of the other cars in the PSA and now Stellantis. And previously I got around 45 kilowatt hour from the 50 kilowatt hour battery, you know, net capacity versus gross capacity. But then later I got only 41 kilowatt hour. Seems like maybe they have a bigger buffer. So I'm not sure about that one, but okay. And yeah, at least it's charging faster than before. So 1,000 kilometer challenge is also faster than before. It's right on par with other cars in similar class and price and size. So that's at least good that the Stellantis, they stay on shape, try to still be attractive for customers, and so they don't fall too much behind. But I still feel like they are a little bit behind, especially Tesla, but also the other brands, like, you know, the ones with the MEB platform, for example, the German brands. But it has some pretty good dampening. You know, let me see what's it called again. It has the Citroen, the progressive hydraulic cushion, something like that. Yeah. So several of the Citroen cars, they have that. Not only, it's not unique with this one, but that's the first thing I noticed when I started driving this. It's like, whoa, I mean, that level of comfort, the level of softness. We will also test how it performs when you try to push it, but overall, for day-to-day driving, that's what people are going to use it for. They're not going to buy this car for track driving. It's front-wheel drive, after all. For what people are going to use it for, it's just super comfy. Yeah, it's really comfortable. I feel like it's the same level of comfort here that you get in more expensive cars, maybe even German cars, right? I will test how it is with sound, and I will try to drive this route now as a standard test now, just to get an impression of how noisy it is in the tunnel. But okay, I mean, mind you, we are on some 195, 60. Wait, what was it again? I think it was 18-inch wheels, but 195 tires and 60 profile. And that kind of dimension, I haven't driven that in a while. No, nowadays, I tend to drive tires that are wider than 200 millimeters at least. Yeah, that was just on beep for the speed camera we had. And yeah, so just the noise levels are pretty good. I haven't actually bothered measuring noise level, but I remember the e-C4 was also pretty good. The reason for not doing it is because it seems like some people are, I mean, less people are interested in that. So that's why I try to focus on what people are interested in. For example, 1,000 kilometer challenge, and charging test, and range test, and so on. And also, I mentioned, yeah, that previously I measured as low as 41 kilowatt hour net capacity on the previous generation battery, but this time I managed to get whooping 51 kilowatt hour. And today I also did the Sunday driving, and then I measured 52 kilowatt hour because we are discharging at lower C rating, and then you get less losses and more kilowatt hour out of the battery. So that is pretty impressive, man. Yeah, I have to say. So let's see now. I'm going to test. Yeah, we can just drive on the same route here. Or should I go the other one? No, let's go this one. It's faster. Yeah. So let's go this one. But one thing though is that when it comes to some features, I don't even have auto steer. I tried to find it for the longest time. I couldn't find it. So there's just some kind of ping pong. If you go here to you click on the car icon here, you will see that lane keeping assist is on, and it's doing some ping pong just to prevent you from driving right off the line here. But you see, there, it does some correction, but that's it. It's like Ampere E ping pong auto steer-ish, right? It's not the proper auto steer with centers on the lane. It's not like lane centering or whatever other people call it, LFA or. So that's a little bit minus feature-wise, but it has a button over here, by the way, you can press it, and then it will actually massage you. I was like, wow. Massage, huh? Not bad at all. Well, let me turn it off right now. But then, to adjust the seat, you have to use this handle, and then you have to adjust it manually. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this while driving. Affects the throttle. But you have to adjust the seat like this, but you can then adjust the seat electronically with some buttons here, but that's only for tilting. And the other one is for going up and down, but there was no memory setting here. So I'm like, okay, this is little bit weird that you get some electric adjustment and then some manual adjustment. Other cars, they will at least have full adjustment with memory, like Tesla, similar price range also, but bigger battery. But yeah, so And then the screen here feels a bit small, and also the user interface feels quite not sure how to put this. It feels a bit outdated, kind of clumsy. You go into application drawer, and then you have a bunch of icons. Because you have a small screen, you are more or less bound to do this, right? Then you go here to settings, and then you find some okay, there is actually some stuff menu here, and then you can go to brightness. One thing I don't like is that when you go to brightness, this screen brightness doesn't have an auto mode, so at night it becomes too bright, and then I have to adjust it down manually, and in the daytime I have to dig into the menu there. Yeah, you can of course do this. Of course, I'm a noob. I can just swipe down at least and then do this. Yeah. Okay. But why isn't it automatic? Because most other cars I test nowadays, they will have an automatic setting for it. Yeah. Okay. But let me just adjust here. So now we're gonna try to test the suspension a little bit, and it is also quick. And it's 156 horsepower, around 115 kilowatt. So it's been bumped up from 136 horsepower. So this is a new drivetrain that hopefully comes in more Stellantis cars. At least the Jeep Avenger gets it, but then I'm not sure. Some people claim that no, it doesn't apply to all the Stellantis cars. I was thinking, huh? Why not? Okay, but anyway, over here we have some speed bumps. I'm gonna test it out, and also pretty shitty asphalt. Welcome to Alnabru. But look, man, the car just floats over the bumps. Wow, like wow. In this price range, this must be the most comfortable suspension I have experienced. The way it just floats over the bump. I will now intentionally not use the turn signal, because I just want to get the feel, listen to how the suspension goes over the bumps. And we are also doing this at night, 23:19 at night. So look here, okay, over speed bump, how will it handle it? Wow, just the way it just goes over with bumps. Freaking shitty asphalt around Alnabru, man. And the car just flows over it like a magic carpet ride. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable how this car can just do it like this in this price range. I would expect something like a Mercedes, twice as expensive, to have this kind of comfort. Wow. Okay, let's see. Let's drive over here. Just try to experience all this shitty asphalt here. So hopefully they will fix this eventually, but most likely not before I move out of here. So. Okay, so let's drive around here a little bit, do one more lap. Look. Wow, man, holy shit. And then over here. Oh, you would expect maybe the nose to go more up, but it just try to stay level. This is actually very similar to how the Model 3 Highland rides now. So that was also very, very impressive. So okay, I think we're done with the test here. I'll just turn around. But you see, if you want to go fast around the curves, and since you have front wheel drive, then somewhat limited. Plus that the Michelin Primacy E doesn't seem to be the stickiest tire out there. They seem to be more optimized for comfort and maybe efficiency. That was the first thing I noticed when I got in the car and I started driving. I was like, whoa, okay. But man, just how it floats over the bumps now. I'm driving like an Audi driver. I'm not using turn signals. This is what it feels like. Okay. And then, all right, let's try now. The ultimate test. Birger and Haug speed bumps. Yes, this video was not sponsored by Birger and Haug, but I'm gonna use some of your speed bumps because they are freaking insane, man. We'll see. I wonder what I'll do once I move over to Jessheim. Because these speed bumps are so nasty that I almost need to come here and test it. But I'll find another place to test it, I guess. Okay, let's see now. So first we're gonna go head on, about 20 kilometers per hour. See what happens. Okay, go straight now. Wow, very comfy indeed. Go again straight on with a second set here. Yeah, okay, well, okay. I mean, when I said Mercedes, I feel like Mercedes still has better, let me see, slightly better compression, but also better rebound. So the Mercedes EQS, the boss, would just float over it. Here, yeah, you kind of feel like, okay, it's still not a luxury car, but it's still really good for, I don't know why I should call it a budget car. Turning circle might not be the best, or turning radius, whatever you call it. But okay, now I'm gonna try to go it at an angle and see what happens then. Like this, roughly. Oh, yeah, whoa, okay, and then try the other angle here. Wow, I have to say, the way it tried to individually adjust each side of the dampers, or the, what do you call it? I think it's wrong. It's not dampening, but the suspension. The way it just tries to soak up the bumps. Yeah, okay, now I feel like a little bit more, especially with the Citroen. I feel like I need to take this twice now just to get the feel of how it is, since this is the... Yeah, okay, now I feel that some angles, yes, it just bounces a bit more sideways. But yeah, I feel like I need to test it, because this is what is special with this car. And then the advantage, if you want to go for one of the Stellantis cars, I mean, you can choose between the Opel, of course the E, but it's a smaller car. But let's say, yeah, Peugeot E2008, for example, right? Or maybe the E, yeah. So, but then why would you choose a Citroen? It's because of the suspension. But let me test something else here. Let's get over here. Hopefully we don't have any traffic, because we're doing this at night. But how much both is it then when you have this soft suspension? Well, let's test it out. This is usually where I scare some people. Oh shit, you're about to crash. Okay, just checking here. No people, no kids, no police. Okay, go a little bit faster. Oh shit, man. It understeers like a mofo. Yeah, okay, so this is a problem. And if this was a moose test, then I would be a little bit scared. Yeah, okay, so but this is a trade-off. Do you want comfort, or do you want sportiness? Yeah, in that case, if you want responsiveness and sportiness, you have to go for maybe some of the German cars or Tesla. Then you get that one. But let's go again over here to the shitty asphalt area. Like, this place is just, I don't know, man. Like, it has, they call it for fault, you know. It has just depleted in comfort. What the heck happened here? Did they try to fix this? I think they did. Oh, they are doing it. Oh, they're trying to fix it right now, seems like. Holy shit, man. But the asphalt here is so bad. But normally you can feel it, you know. But here it just floats over it. Yeah. Okay, let me just get over there. Yeah, okay. Look. Oh, like, oh man. Wow. Yeah. But also another thing I should mention, by the way, besides that one, there must be something else good with this car. Yes, it is actually quite efficient. Like, I'm getting Tesla-like efficiency numbers here. Not only when we're driving slow, because I heard that the drag coefficient here might not be the best, but also when I did 1,000 kilometer challenge, this car was remarkably efficient. Okay, maybe not as efficient as Model 3, but still really, really impressive for a legacy automakers. Also for a platform that is not originally designed as an EV even. So yeah, it could seem like maybe the drivetrain has been optimized. When I try to do some coasting, you know, just going into neutral, it seems that the car is very good at gliding downhill. So that gives me the impression that maybe the drivetrain doesn't have much friction, or there's low rolling resistance friction in the gearbox and the wheel bearings and stuff like that. And then some other cars that doesn't have that good efficiency on the drivetrain. I tend to call it drivetrain efficiency. Then when you try to coast downhill, you can almost feel like there is glue on the wheels or some shit like that. But here, no. So at least that one is good. Very good. Yeah. But I should point out that this car, it depends on what kind of equipment level you go for, but it will cost roughly between 350 and 400,000 NOK. And I mean, if you're watching this video, you're obviously interested in this car rather than other cars in the similar price range, or even the Stellantis car, right? You don't want the E2008, or you don't want Tesla, or you don't want the ID3, because they also cost around the same. But I would say that, oh, sorry, I've been talking so much nowadays, man, sorry. But I would say that this is still a damn good car, but I feel like it's a bit, it comes a little bit short compared to Tesla. I'm talking about Model 3. Well, this one, by the way, you can extend it. Very nice feature. That's usually something I don't find in cars in this price range. You might have to go for an Audi to have this kind of extendable middle armrest. But still, you know, if you put this one straight up against the Model 3 SR Plus, the Model 3 charges faster, is more efficient, has a bigger battery, has more range, obviously. It has more equipment, like motorized liftgate, better headlights. In general, better interior because you have two wireless charging pads. This one has some kind of charging pad thing, looks like. You can put your phone there, but it doesn't charge your phone. It seems to be some extra you have to get, and also the fact that I don't have auto steer. So I feel like this must be a lower trim, and that if I want to have all that goodies, I have to pay extra, and then the car becomes more expensive. And what else was again? There was a lot of features that I was missing. Like I mentioned, the seats. The seats on this side is fully manual. There is a screw here, with the screw to change the angle of the seat. And then this one is also fully manual. You know, at least in the Tesla, it's fully electric. It doesn't have memory yet. I don't know when Tesla is going to implement memory for the driver as a passenger. But at least in Tesla, you then have fully automated, fully electric steering wheel adjustment, right? Not here, which is manual, and then this one is, and then the screen is small, and okay, it has instrument cluster, it has poor man's head-up display. Yes, true, but I feel like we are getting a little bit cheaped out, maybe, or maybe it's because you can actually get a lot from Tesla, versus other brands. So maybe that's the problem. The problem is not this car. The problem is that Tesla offers a damn good car for similar price. But like I mentioned, you know, if you're allergic to Tesla, if you're allergic to Elon Musk, then you must buy another car, and then you can't buy a Tesla. So then this one will actually be a pretty good car in this price range. And previously, with the previous generation, the previous generation was significantly slower than, for example, the MEB cars, right? They're like ID3. But the new one here is a lot better. So then suddenly they are right on par with ID3 or Cupra Born, for example. So and what else is again? I need to go test the headlights, but my impression is that headlights might not be the best. And there's just something French about this car. For example, if you want to use the the high beam, this one doesn't have any matrix light, but for high beam you have to pull the stalk towards you. Maybe I can demonstrate here. Normally when you use high beam, you push the stalk away from you. You can't do that here. This is a French car. You have to push the stalk towards you to put on high beam. And then you pull, you pull. And then you pull the stalk towards you again to cancel it. You know, you turn on and off high beam like this. And it wasn't that hard for me to get used to it, but it was a little bit clumsy in the beginning, because I was so used to the other way around. But actually my very first car was a Renault 5, and the Renault, and also eventually was Laguna. The French cars, they are like this. You pull, but then if you want to flash, you just have to press it gently like this. You can still flash it and then try to give some people, the oncoming driver, epileptic seizure. Yeah, you can still do that, but it's just a little bit, if you do it too fast, then it becomes continuous. Yeah, so, let me see, wait, shit, where am I going now? So, and the sound system, by the way, it sounds okay. The bass is nice and strong, fairly deep. Mid bass is also good, but I feel like it's lacking some detail, and it just, I'm not sure how to put this, but it sounds a little bit plastic-ish, or maybe it just needs some more sound deafening somewhere or whatever. But it just sounds a little bit too much boom blaster and plastic-ish sometimes, compared to some of the higher end system like you can actually get in some other cars in similar price range. But other than that, though, I mean, still a nice and comfortable car. I managed to also take my wife and Isabel on some. We went on the shopping mall, went for some food, you know, put in a stroller in there. But I'm actually not going to even attempt to put some big items in here. I have to tomorrow go and haul some bathroom furnitures, and they are 120 centimeters wide, and then I don't know how big they are with the wrapping and everything. But I don't dare to do it here because we don't have a proper big trunk opening. So I will actually return this car tomorrow and then pick up Millennium Falcon and then use Millennium Falcon for that task. But yeah, over here, by the way, we have so shitty asphalt here. But oh man, it just rides over, it just floats over the bumps. Yeah, that is just, the suspension here is probably the biggest reason to get this car. Yeah, wow. And you know, I even said, yeah, I was talking about some guy at the live stream today. He had the C4 and he ordered e-C4. And I said that, you know, Tesla suspension is also pretty good, especially Highland. But right now, I'm actually not sure which one is the best for comfort. But he wanted the e-C4X for comfort, ride comfort. And yeah, it is damn good, man. The ride comfort is really, really good. Let me just try to drive over here and check if there's some shitty roads over here also. But okay, the problem again with Highland is that you have no stocks, man. Not stocks. Stocks is something different, man. Guys, it's called stock, not stocks. Okay, stock is something you buy and flip and make money on it. Yeah. But you see, so this is, at least, you know, it has a conventional steering wheel. It has poor man's head-up display. You can drive around with it in a very comfortable way. Sound levels are pretty good. Efficiency is good. Charging speed is good. It didn't cold get that much. Actually, it didn't cold get at all when I did the 1,000 kilometer challenge. So, but one thing though, wait, do we have tow hitch here? I'm not sure. If we don't have tow hitch, that's a little bit bummer. We didn't put the car in the same category as ID3, which also doesn't have tow hitch, but the Model 3 has tow hitch. If that is important for you, then yeah. But if you never put a ski rack on the back or tow anything, then don't care about it, right? Just like if you don't have kids and never will get kids, or you are too old to get kids, then you don't care about the backseat space, because the backseat space is a little bit limited, especially if you have a car seat in the back and then you want to try to sit in the front or something like that. So yeah, I'm just trying to give you guys all the information, all my experience I have and my impressions with this car after driving for a while. But oh man, I mean, oh, look at this. Oh shit. Like, okay, one thing, if you want to nitpick, the way the suspension sounds, it doesn't sound as deep and premium as the more expensive German cars. Okay, yeah, that one, true, I agree. Or I mean, at least I said it and I agree with myself. but the sound might not be the one you want, or if you care or not, but I still feel like the comfort level is really on par or quite close to the German cars, which is many times, at least in my opinion, the benchmark for comfort versus sportiness, and of course sound. Yeah. So yeah, I think I covered most of the things now. So yeah, for a car that is not optimized or even born as an electric, then I'd say that this is a really good car. And yeah, also one thing I tend to forget to mention many times is how about the region? How is the region level? Well, it is also pretty good. See, we have the B mode. I always use B mode because with B mode you have more control over the region. You can just you can press the accelerator gently to adjust the region. But if you don't have it, then you have to move your feet over to the brake pedal, and then you could use blending brake. But also I need to nitpick on some more stuff. Now I put the car in park, which is that the instrument cluster is quite kind of tiny. It doesn't show much information. I have trip information here, but if you want to switch over to see the power meter, what's this one? Okay, this is just some kind of info for what was going on. But here is the power meter, so you can see the region or power output. But then you don't see the trip meter, so then you have to switch over here to this one to see the trip meter. And then also well, this is just nitpicking again, but when I'm navigating somewhere, and then a little bit before the navigation, I mean, before the intersection or the split or something, I can't see the trip meter because then it's covered by the navigation thing. Or when you have low battery, it also warns about some low battery shit, and then you can't see. So, but that's because we have limited space here in the trip meter. But at least it shows you percent state of charge, yeah. But when you're charging, it doesn't show you how many kilowatt you're charging at. So when you're charging at 105 kilowatt, 107 kilowatt, which is the peak power, it will display it as 500 kilometers per hour. It'll be like, oh yes. But then when the charging throttles to 80 kilowatt, it also displays it at 500 kilometers per hour. What is the point, right? It should at least display it as, that means that it wasn't 500 then. The 107 kilowatt must have been more. Maybe it was 700 or 800 kilometers per hour. Why didn't it display it then, huh? French engineering, right? And then this is, I guess, good or bad, but the whole car seems to have a very conventional design. You know, conventional air vents, stalks. Well, that's probably good, right? You know, horny middle here, steering wheel, buttons, some buttons here, the stuff you can twist here, right? Yeah, so at least that's good for you guys who want it. But I feel like, at least for me, I prefer having a bigger screen and then more like the virtual buttons for HVAC, and then you can use something else. But this is just the way it is. This is the design. So either you like it or you don't like it. But overall, I'm still quite happy with the car. I like the car. I've been spending almost a week with the car, and I mean, some things, yeah, might annoy me, but overall, there are many good things to like about this car. So if you are interested in one, I would say go for it. You know, 2 thumbs up. It's not like I always say, oh yeah, every car I test is nice. If there are some cars I don't like, I will say how it is and I will complain about it. But you see, just as a comparison, by the way, I tested Polestar 2 lately. But this is also a bit weird. I wonder why the HVAC is going at so high level, man. I mean, are we good? Are we good? I can turn it down a little bit. Yeah, but then it's not an auto. I prefer having an auto. Okay, but you know, I tested Polestar 2 lately. I think Polestar might be in similar size, external size, right? But I was complaining that the Polestar, the center console here was so freaking huge. Yeah, and you had a cup holder somewhere, one cup holder. At least here we have 2 cup holders here. Polestar had 1 cup holder here somewhere, and another cup holder was here. Right? You know, really clumsy. But the thing about the Polestar is that it has some freaking huge plastic beam or some shit here, right? Where you might, if you're a long person, you will probably bump your knee here. So at least here, you have more space for your knees, or if you wanna, you know, if you have a big crotch and you just want to elbow yourself, knee yourself out, you can actually do it here, but you will actually have less space in the Polestar 2, for example. You know, just yeah. So, but I think I will just end it here. Yeah. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.